Intentions. Learn to always question the intentions of anyone. And it all starts with you as an individual. Whatever you venture into, whatever you are part of, what is your intention in it? If you're in a career and you're growing up the ladder, what is your intention? Is it for the salary? Is it for to be able to get a particular title? Is it because you want to learn new skills and better your skills as you grow up the ladder? Because at the end of the day, each one of us has an intention. Whatever intention you have, it's what drives you to do the things that you end up doing. People get into relationships with different intentions. Someone is genuine. They want to build a partnership and be able to grow. Another has found an escape plan whereby other people have been able to see their toxicness and they have found someone who has no idea about their toxic character. So that's an escape route. Another person has looked for a paycheck, whether they will try to get a child out of it or to have someone have a child out of it, or even do the extreme of, deleting a child and all those other things that people do. Intentions. You never know. Someone is getting married. You never know the intention. Maybe the intention is one, they looked at their biological clock and they're thinking, I'll just take this one and I'll grab it and go. Another person genuinely wants to wants to build up something and grow, and that's a marriage. Another one is because of the pressure of society. Another one is the pressure of family. Another one is because they found a paycheck. Another one, they found a perfect pension plan. Intentions. Another one has found someone who they can take an insurance payout from them, a life insurance payout from them. Let's move to children. Someone would want to have a child. Some would want to have a child because they're at a place in life where they want to have kids. Another person is looking at how to use these kids to be able to get money from it. Another one wants to use kids to do other ritualistic things against them. Another one has looked at a child as a payment plan. Another one has looked at a child as a way to hold down a partner, but they're all having kids. Family. Another one will be looking at family so that they can hide who they really are. There's this thing I came to learn called lavender marriages, whereby they are, let's say they are members of the LGBTQ. It could be both partners or one partner, and they marry so that they can just stop the whole people messing into their own, and they have a family like a heterosexual family. However, they still continue doing what they are doing behind the scenes. And intentions. So people get married for different intentions. People get into marriages because of different intentions. People get into relationships because of different intentions. People look at employment for different intentions. Some will be looking at an intention. For example, when you go to a company, whatever, if it's a multinational, whichever it may be, and they're paying you, good 6-figure salary. It could be the work that comes with it. Yes, the money is good, but the pressure is beyond imagination. And sometimes you have to look at yourself and say, how much is the money value to your health? Because some of these people have all the money. They're good at their job and everything, but they never have time with themselves. They don't even know who they really are because they're always busy. They're always busy trying to be something, always busy to perform, busy to impress, busy to fit in, busy. If you look at the corporate culture, you see people are not who they really are. People are a mask of something else. And in that area is like a different world altogether. And the same person, if you meet them outside, they're very different from who you meet them in their corporate culture. And that's just how it is. People are different. Not everyone is who they are. That's why you're always told your colleague is not your friend. And those are the facts at hand. They are not your friend. You have something that has brought you together. That is the work. And those are the company targets. And no matter how much the pressure will be and you're having a talking time with this person, the individual to whom you're sharing with could be someone who's working like a mole for the company. It could be someone who will use your secrets to be able to climb up the ladder. At the end of the day, who this person you've met, their intentions you don't know. Others will not have any issue offing you out completely so that they can sit, so they can sit on the top of the ranking. If you look at scripture, why did God, what was the part we notice in scripture of God's anger? It was the intentions of the heart of men were wicked. And that's how it is right now. Someone can choose to be a politician, not because they're so much into the politics, but there's something they're targeting up there. Maybe it's vengeance about something that happened in their community or in their personal life years ago, or someone once bullied them or told them something will never be, so they want to prove a point. Others are doing it because, well, it's in their bloodline, and it's one of those callings that picks you from a bloodline. Another person is doing it because and something bad happened and they stood out for it, and now this has become a part of their chapter. They stood up on something, and now the politics has become part of who they are. It's not who they are. Even some of the careers people end up having, they're not careers where people woke up and wanted to be. Some people in the careers they are currently in or they've been in, they're not the places they had studied for. They're not the places they're intended to be. But circumstances and situations brought them into those places. Brought them into those situations. And in that process, they ended up loving, or they ended up standing up and standing out in their career or in their action, and it became part of their career. Even the job titles are even changed for them because the type of work they did stood up and stood out. We must learn to question the intentions of ourselves and also of others. Yourself as a person, you have to ask yourself, I want to have self-care. I want to do self-improvement. That's important and that's very good, because it's better to be able to understand yourself so that you don't become someone who's codependent on other people. You're not codependent on your children to give you back love. You're not codependent on your partner. You're not codependent on your family. You're not codependent on friendships. It's whereby you want to be able to understand yourself. You should be able to be very comfortable in your skin, in contentment of who you are and where you are, so that should anything or anyone come into your life, no matter the storms they shake in your life, you are not moved, you are not bothered, because the foundation that you've built, the foundation that you have laid is a foundation whereby you are very open-minded to understand your value, your purpose, and you know that your intentions are pure and clear. So even if you go through the storms of whatever life brings at you, you will be able to maneuver because your intention from the beginning was clear. If you get into a relationship and it goes sideways and you knew you did your best, you gave your all, you did everything that you could at the time, and that God had given you the grace, you will not worry if things go sideways eventually. Why? Because you know your intention from the very beginning was good. Yes, your ex or whoever it is has done the unthinkable. They have played you. They have done horrible over horrible. But when you sit back and do your own personal reflection, you're thinking, when I had this chance to do ABCD, I did it. So you keep going. If it's friendship, and as long as you've given your 100% in everything you do, you have to keep going, because what else are you waiting for? You've done your best. You've given your all. Your intentions have been clear. Your purpose is clear. Your heart is bent on bringing out the best of you. Then when whoever comes into your life, they'll be able to find already a path has been cleared. So now your intentions with them will come from a point where you are comfortable in your skin. If you're not comfortable in your skin, you will start venturing into things that will destroy you, thinking you are better. You will approach a relationship for the point that the partner will be able to feel you. It will never happen. Your child will be able to give you that space. That will never satisfy. Be comfortable in your skin. Be comfortable and contented in your place as an individual, so that whatever comes as an external force, it becomes an addition by not a subtraction, where you're very comfortable. You're not worried. You're not scared. You're not moved. Everything is aligned. But you have to be comfortable enough for you to be able to accept that this is the way things are, or that's the way things are. If you're not comfortable in your skin, then things will not go the way they're supposed to be. So be comfortable in your skin. And that's the only way you will grow. Be very comfortable, so that everything and everyone comes, you'll be able to easily assess, analyze, and be able to view and know that truly these are the way things are supposed to be. Social media has many experts, whether they are in that profession, whether it's through what people have actually going through the victims being survivors, or through things they've been able to have and issues they've been able to resolve. It can get the best of you and you can start thinking, maybe this one is working, this one is working. At the end of the day, it's like going to a market. There are many vendors. You just have to choose from the vendor that pleases you. Now, the vendor that pleases you could be by the way they did their delivery. They could be able to have a good discount. They had a smile, but their cost could be expensive. But that smile or that how are you doing would be able to change your perception as to why you moved from another and was cheaper and took the expensive one. So that's how you should approach how we view things, even within from a social media, is being able to choose. Yes, everyone is selling something. Everyone is selling something. As they speak, their words is a product. Their words, that time that you give to listen to what they are saying is an investment. So you should be very careful what type of investment you're making, because whatever investment you're making is building you up. As they speak is a spirit. That spirit, there's something is coming out. So whatever the intention of whatever they are doing, you will receive it. So you have to be very keen. And that's why sometimes you can, most people, before you come to realize someone is a false prophet, a false teacher, a false pastor, many people become victims of them. But when they're the congregants or members, they start questioning a few things. They start saying, okay, they may not understand scripture at word, but they're trying to look at simple ethical and moral standards, and they're thinking something is off. And as time progresses, they come to realize, oh, okay, this person definitely is off. Sometimes you'll have to be in the swine for you to figure out that this is swine and this area is a dusty or dumpy area. Sometimes you have to be in the dust so that you can recognize that this is dust. Sometimes you have to be in the dark side, in a place where everything looks like it's not working. So by the time you see light, you can be able to tell someone, hold up, I was in the dark. I know darkness looks like, I know light looks like. Sometimes, sadly, you have to be in these toxic situations. You have to be in places you are uncomfortable, so that when you get out, you're able to say, okay, that was a place of uncomfort. It's sometimes so sad that people can be broken to a point whereby they get very comfortable in their broken state, in the context of they don't want to change, whereby all the negative words they've been told and that has been dumped on them, they start believing that's who they are. But that's not who they are. Just because someone comes and tells you you're ugly doesn't mean you're ugly. They could be the one ugly, maybe not from the physical, from their heart. And because they've seen something beautiful in you, they will keep telling you you're ugly. They'll keep looking at you and say you have this or ABCD medical issue that makes you different from the others. You are different, and they're telling you you are different because you don't fit in society. But the question is, what is society? Is it not a group of many different people, cultures, people, languages, all together in a place like a community, all together? Because let's look at law. When we are under law, we are told, do not do ABCD. If you do ABCD, these are the consequences. That keeps each one of us in check. Just because you have prisoners locked up doesn't mean you don't have prisoners walking. The only difference is those ones got caught. The major ones are out here walking. They're among us. You think all the serial killers have been caught. The crazy part will be many of them are with you and even come and even die and move and die. And their case is never known. But now, the ones who got caught are the ones you see. Because when we are put under all these laws, rules, and regulation, we are put at a place whereby this is the way to go. Because sometimes those without the rules and regulation, people will behave the way they want. There are things if you are allowed to do, you know they are wrong. You know, if you covet something and you know you should never covet, and then you covet something that's not yours, If there is no rule to tell you if you covet, these are the consequences, will you not covet? You will. But when you realize the consequences of coveting is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, you stop. Does it make you a good person? No. It makes you a person who didn't get the opportunity that you wanted to do what you are not supposed to have done. The difference is many people don't have the opportunity to do what is wrong. They want to do what is wrong. Hence, we have their intrusive thoughts. When they kick in your mind, you are thinking, no one will know. I can still do it. But is it morally and ethically right? No. But you still want to do it. You want to destroy something or someone. At the end of the day, you know the dangers that will come with it. So we always have to look at people and understand people will be who they want to be depending on the places, the circumstances, and the situation to which they are part of. If you're not careful, you'll end up getting into things and into circumstances that you should never have been part of as you're trying to hide the face and the demeanor of your character. We must be very careful to be able to understand that at the end of the day, you must be able to know yourself so well that even when the world and society tells you are like this, it's because of this that you are like that, you'll be able to sit and say, you know what? Sounds right, but I don't need to agree to it. Because if you don't know yourself so well, you will move with the wave. And who really wants to go with someone who's always moving with the wave? Don't you want to be with a person or meet people in life who are able to be stable? But if you are always unstable, anything goes, everything goes. No one will respect you. If you are a person who doesn't dress modestly, everyone can see you are revealing clothes, you are everything. Nobody will want to be, no one will give you the same respect. No one will give you the same respect. So it's always good to understand the intentions of the things that you do. If you don't understand and you're not honest with the intention, everything else will be an issue. Because in this life, everything and everyone has an intention. You're supposed to question those intentions. So you see if they align with your purpose and your plan or they're against. Because all that glitters is not gold. And in the world of social media, in the world of technology, we have so much fakeness that authenticity is becoming gold. And it's sad because the truth becomes lies, delusion becomes truth, and the truth becomes illegal. Sounds crazy, but that's where we are. Common sense is pushed out the door, and stupidity is what is accepted as what's right. Evil is praised, good is shunned. And that's why sometimes you look at victims of abuse, the abuser is given more praise. The one abused is forgotten, and there's no therapy for them. No one cares, nothing. So if you never understand the intention of something or someone and starting from within yourself, whatever is on the other end will not be able to handle it. You have to be honest with yourself. Who are you? What do you want? And where do you want to be? And why do you do what you do? And what happens if things don't go your way? Will you start bossing people around? Will you start hurting people? Will you start pushing agendas just because things didn't go right with you? How do you handle rejection? How do you handle being challenged? How do you handle being told, hey, just because it sounds right doesn't mean it is right? How do you handle a pushback? Because if you cannot handle it maturely and amicably, then that means your intention from the very beginning was questionable. The only way to be able to figure out someone's actual true intention, it is when there's a storm. The storm will always make us know the intention of anything of anyone. A storm will be able to sieve out your intention, whether you like it or not. If you are a true friend, when the storm is there, it will show if you're truly a true friend or you're a fake friend from the beginning. There are people who are walking with you, standing with you, right by your side, not because they want to see you grow, but they want to make sure that Whatever happens, you never get to see them. So they want to learn you and master you. And they are the moles who give the other people outside there the information. There'll be moles in your family. There'll be moles in your friendship, even in your relationship. There'll be moles, sadly, even within your children. There'll be moles and moles. And that's why the most painful betrayal in life is betrayal from people you trust. And the only way you know is intention. And intention has to go through the storm. The storm is the only sieve. So be very careful who you let in, and be very careful what to speak out. And be honest with yourself. What is your intention in both situations? Because at the end of the day, if your intention is not good, the truth will come out. If your intention is good, the truth will come out. And that's why we always say, no matter how many people give all these false allegations, the truth will come out. It may not come out then, but it will come out at a particular time. So which one do you prefer? A tower built on lies that crumbles immediately, or a tower built on truth that when the foundation is strong, that when all the storms come, it still stands out? No matter how many times you crush and destroy someone who speaks the truth will still come out. It's a spirit. They speak it out. So no matter how much you can destroy the vessel from where the spirit came from, the spirit has already been released. Someone else will pick it. And that's why even in justice, how does justice work sometimes? The person who's supposed to have deserved justice is long gone, maybe gone, buried and forgotten. However, the spirit, because it's still looking, someone who's from a very different area, different very issue, different even generation, picks it up and closes up a case. You don't know anyone because the intentions are always hidden. But a storm reveals our true intention. Our Lord Jesus Christ walked with the disciples, but the intention was known when he was at the cross. You don't know who's next to you. You don't know your partner. You don't know your children. You don't know anyone until a storm. So storms reveal true intentions of within and those outside. So the question is, what is your intention? And second, do you question the intentions of those outside you? Because if you never know the intention, you will be a product used, abused, thrown from one law to another. Governments will take advantage of you. Companies will take advantage of you. You will be the product being sold everything, and all will be a consumer, when you could have been the one owning everything and putting everything right. We are all unique. We all have something to bring at the table. Someone could look at themselves and think, I'm disabled. You are disabled on the physical, but not on the mental. So every part of us, every one of us is unique. Figure that out. Learn to avoid your distraction. Is it accessories? Is it always been know yourself? Once you know yourself, anything that comes, you'll be able to put a filter. Because if you don't have filters, you'll be destroyed. A sheep is not destroyed easily by what is from the outside. A sheep is destroyed from what's on the inside. If there's a small gaping hole that is being ignored, it's gone. If it's a plane in the sky and there's a small gaping hole, that plane is gone. So to know the intention, every intention has to go through the storm. And that's when you shall know if the intention was true or pure. If gold does not go through fire, we really don't know what type of metal that is. But until it goes through fire, then we know the purity. May God guide us all. May we be able to discern the times we are living in, and may we seek Him for Him to guide us, because in this world, we really can never know people's intentions immediately, only His guidance. And sometimes He won't allow us to know what's going on. He will just separate us, and someone else will learn the story. May God help us all.